Yeah, who can recap last game?
We began in the club for Mialassa's concert, and we're in various stages of effect to her Fae song, and we found the Reese and
Oliver.
And Oliver, yes. And so she was with there wasn't just one parent looking for her. Oliver's mother was looking for her as well. And Owen pulled the fire alarm, which caused all hell to break loose while people were leaving, and so Finnea, she sort of corralled the two kids briefly while I snuck around, and Mike waited at the rear door.
And Nikolai was inside, yeah.
Yeah, he was inside, and so he confronted Mialassa and attempted to lay a math thunder wave on her, which was instantly counterspelled, and then she went invisible and snuck out the back. At which point she was grappled by Mike with various degrees of success, and Owen started grappling at her legs, and they managed to chill everything out and talk to her a bit, and figure out that she singing and sort of pulling people into her song is how she feeds, and she'd been doing that in and among the awoken population of Phoenix, and so we convinced her to stick with the unawoken population who would be affected less by it. Sort of convinced her ish, or working on it, and attempted to get her to tour, which was potentially a bad.
So we convinced her that this was a bad idea, and if she continued doing this in Phoenix, that there were going to be more people like us coming to look for her. It eventually dawned on us that the only people who were really notably affected by her feeding were the awakened. Like, they're the ones who become the crazy ass fans who follow her around. So we are currently, and I forget who it is that's looking into this, but we're trying to find a place that's notably unawakened where we can send her, where she can, create a following there and not have the same ill effects that she's having on the awakened in our locale. She's agreed to meet us the next day. What was that?
Delaware?
No. She's agreed to meet us the next day, so we've got to have a plan in place for where we're going to send her. Olivia and Reese have fallen so deeply under her charm that they require magical assistance to break free. So our next order of business is, one of my contacts was able to point us towards Misty, who is a druid who makes her home on the Castaway Trail. Did I get that right? Okay. So come dawn tomorrow, we're going to go and find Misty and see what we can arrange for finding a way to break the charm on Oliver and Reese. Oliver and Reese also are metahumans. One of them is a half elf, and I think one of them is a tiefling. Is that correct, Erik? And that's why they were so deep.
Oliver is a pixie.
Pixie, okay. half-elf and pixie, and that's why they were so deeply affected. Apparently, Mialassa's magic only really has that impact on awakened beings.
Did we just not notice that one of Reese's parents was an elf?
Neither of her parents are metahuman.
Oh.
Apparently, that's something that can bypass generations or just kind of spontaneously generate.
Interesting.
And Mhurren worked out to be Mialassa's manager. Very important. Very important. The least charismatic person has negotiated to be her manager, and Mialassa seems on board with that.
18 charisma. He's our most charismatic person.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What?
He is not.
Well, he's hugely charismatic. He just has super low intelligence and wisdom. And there's no way that we're actually going to let Mhurren be her manager.
And I think while I was playing as Finnea, I think she did talk to the bartender and learn more about what happened at the gym that one night.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Sorry?
What did we learn?
That there was definitely a little bit more detail about this guy walking in the front door, flanked by a dozen leather-clad Hell's Angels, and the dude had some sort of skull with glowing gem teeth. Was actually I think relatively on the shorter side. I think you described him as being 5'2", short black hair, London fog trench coat, like the ones that Erik favors at times. And then all hell broke loose with the Hell's Angels beating people up. And of course, our mentors jumped out to confront the dude. So there's some sort of known quantity thing here. I mean, maybe we should go back and look for some notes. The
dude sucked the souls or essences of a bunch of our mentors into his glowing gemstone teeth.
Yes.
One of them, the cleric, disappeared through a trapdoor, which actually was probably a plane shift.
Okay, right. So you guys have solved the problem with Mialassa. The next step is you have Oliver and Reese, who are still enchanted, as well as an unknown number of people around the city who are still enchanted, whom you want to break the enchantment on, especially Oliver and Reese, so that you can like get paid, basically.
Yeah.
How are they manifesting their enchantment that we need to break them out of? Like that they just won't leave Mialassa, or
so Finnea, you kind of followed them as they left the club once the fire alarm got pulled and all hell broke loose, and then the rest of the team called Reese's parents. Reese's parents came to try to like pick her up. Is this right, you guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
But she wasn't going to go with them. She wanted to keep doing her own thing. So the problem seems that she's not going to be able to go back to her old life until the enchantment is broken.
Gotcha.
Well, we put some kind of tracking deal on her phone.
You did put a tracking deal on her phone, realizing that she would probably hawk it relatively quickly for more tickets. So yeah, the vision is, as I understand at this point, is Nikolai reached out to one of his contacts. She told him that there's this druid, Misty, who lives in the Phoenix Mountain Preserve, or at least is there right now. Has last been seen in the Piastoa Peak Trailhead, and that she would probably have the ability to break this enchantment. Okay, so it was Tuesday night when you guys threw the fire alarm on the Nash Jazz Club. What's the plan for going to try to find Misty?
We were going to do that first thing in the morning on Wednesday.
Okay, great.
And then Wednesday evening, we're meeting back with Mialassa. And I know that we had arranged a place, I don't remember where. Sunday, we're doing an autopsy on DJ Brains.
And there was a neighborhood in Phoenix that had a very low population of awakened, apparently, or near Phoenix, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we found
because there's no one place in the country where you weren't going to find awakened, but you could find pockets of normal people.
Exactly. Yeah, I believe it was Goodyear.
Okay, that sounds right.
As white bread gets. Okay, so you guys head to the Piastewa Peak trailhead. Are you trying to get there like super early, like 6 or 7, or just like normal early, like 9 or 10, or what's the plan?
Very early, after realizing how busy the trail normally is. It's one of the more popular trails. I think that we should meet, 4:35 a.m.
there any particular reason why?
We're going to be talking to an awakened druid, and frequently during peak hiking hours, this place is like shoulder to shoulder with people.
Is it?
It's fairly busy. I mean, during the week, it's less crazy. Yeah.
I'm just going by Google reviews.
Yeah. Yeah, that's mostly a weekend phenomenon. During the week, it's not as bad.
Great. You sleep in then. Be there at 6 or 7.
So I was thinking, if we do it at the height of, we do it at like noon, no one will be on the trail.
Ooh, that's true. We'll just have to bring enough water to keep us from all dying.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us are better at water conservation than others.
Some of us have more complicated digestive tracts.
Okay, so what's the plan for arrival time?
Oh, let's do it real early.
Yeah, let's just knock it out and
Sure, it doesn't matter.
more time for adventure.
I mean,
Who's going to tell Mhurren he needs to get up at 4 a.m.?
I'll tell Mhurren he needs to get up at 4 a.m.
Why don't we just leave him? I mean,
yeah, honestly, since Timothy's not here, we'll bring him if you think we should, but
no, that's fine.
Well, but aren't we going out into the middle of the desert to find a ranger or a druid? Because he's a ranger.
yeah, all right.
And he has dark vision, so if you're going to be out there before sunrise.
I also have dark vision.
Okay. Okay, so you guys rouse early, head up to the trailhead, get there long before anybody else gets there on a Wednesday morning. There's no other cars here in the parking lot. You guys pull up and park. And it's just a little bit before sunrise. Weather's still fairly nice. Any particular preparations you're taking before you head on the trail?
Can I go ahead and make a survival roll to see what is reasonable for us to have brought along?
Sure.
17.
Yeah, you guys, I mean, you're getting there early enough. It's not summer. I mean, it's September right now, so it's still hot, but not catastrophically. It's not, you don't know that you need to go to the peak. You just need to find Misty. So you think that it'll be a pretty lackadaisical stroll without too much demand. So like the usual waters that every Phoenix resident has on their person is sufficient.
Okay. Water, sunscreen.
Yep.
Bug repellent.
Big hats.
Hiking boots.
Yep. Exactly.
Mike shows up in like Chacos.
I don't know what this is.
Oh, it's like Tivas. What?
Tacos?
Chacos. Chacos?
Just like sandals. Okay.
Nice.
They're like Tivas basically.
Nice.
And he's got like a really big bottle of like Coke Zero on him.
Outstanding.
Bruh, what's happening?
Getting ready to start up the mountain, Mike.
It's kind of it's a little chilly actually. I hope the sun comes out, warms the shell right up.
It always does.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys head up the trail. Who's leading this motley crew?
Mhurren.
Probably Mhurren. Yeah.
All right, yeah, Mhurren.
Okay.
What is Mhurren's survival, anyways?
Yeah, he doesn't have proficiency in it, so not actually. It's abysmal.
How is that possible? Don't you get it as a ranger?
He got lost in his own museum once.
Does anyone have survival?
I do. I mean, I don't have proficiency, but I have a high enough wisdom.
Mike is desert adapted.
I'm +3.
Yeah, Mike's actually pretty competent.
You lead the way, Mike.
Actually, oh yeah, I do this like twice a week. It's great. I mean, hiking. I've never been up this trail
Can
before.
I bring my moped on the trail? Is that acceptable?
You'll
I
kick up
think
so much dust that it'll be unbearable for any of us to hike with you.
you could do it for like a little bit, but the rangers will totally write you a giant fine.
Okay.
But it's fun. I've done like I've ridden like a friend's like motorcycle like on the trails, and then we got like a $500 fine, and that really sucked.
How much of a fine?
$500.
Yeah, that's like 9 weeks' pay for us currently.
That's why it sucked.
All right, Owen, give me a survival check.
All right.
I will assist.
Or I'm sorry, Mike.
I was gonna say
I will
who?
assist.
Who?
Can you assist if you're not
No,
proficient?
wait. Oh my god, wrong roll.
Yeah, it depends on the circumstance. In this case, in most cases, it's fine. If I want to be restrictive, I'll let you know. You can assist if you have proficiency.
Okay.
All right. Well, I got assistance from somebody, right?
Yep.
So let's try rolling this. That will be a 21.
Ooh, buddy. Okay. All right. You guys head up the trail towards the peak. You go not too far, 15, 20 minutes. And then, Mike, you spot what is, you think, a not like super obvious, but obvious to you, trail of blood that originates at the trail and heads west
Off trail.
Off trail.
Michael will stop and sort of crouch where it meets the trail. Be like, "Hey, this is bad. Is it like a lot of blood or like?"
It's not a lot of blood. It's a mild to moderate amount of blood, but so like a normal person might not spot it, but you are kind of keeping an eye out, so you're able to see it.
Hey, you see this?
Investigation.
Mike will kind of point at the reddish brown stuff on the ground, which doesn't really contrast very well with the other reddish brown of the landscape. But yeah, it looks like blood, man.
Investigation. See what happens.
I'll assist.
25.
Oh wow. Yeah. So your
Oh,
impression.
positive.
I do have a chemistry kit.
Yep, definitely O positive.
So your impression is that somebody suffered a wound here, maybe like a leg wound or something, because that would be more consistent with the blood being evident than like a head wound or something. So someone suffered some kind of wound, and then you think that you see like scuff marks, like it looks like they were dragged off. So it looks, what you get, Nikolai, is that somebody got attacked, suffered some kind of leg wound, and got dragged off the trail to the west.
Dragged by what? Are there any tracks that would indicate what it is?
Possibly that would be survival.
All right. Hey, Mike.
what's
Something
up?
happened here.
Yeah, it did. That's a lot of blood.
I hope it was a miracle, but probably not. So can you take a look at these tracks and see what dragged what off the trail?
Oh yeah, someone getting dragged. That's a bad time, man. Yeah, here, help me out.
Will do.
And Mike will peer down at it, and 24. Dice are hot
Ooh.
today. Well, especially with advantage. It would have been something real ugly if I had disadvantage.
Okay, so you do not see any like clear footprints or boot prints or anything off the trail in the direction that you see the drag marks. The drag marks are pretty obvious. It seems like it would basically be like if someone was like limp and like this, and like their boots were dragging along the ground, is kind of what it looks like.
So someone who was actually wearing boots was being dragged.
Exactly. So somebody wearing boots or shoes was being dragged. You see two kind of clear drag prints. And then you see
Mike is narrating all this.
You see some prints, like there's definitely some indentations that are not they're not like weather based. Like it's like something is like regular like indentations in the
Hooves?
dirt.
Do these look like hooves or cloven
They
feet?
do not look like hooves. They do not look like cloves. They do not look like paws. They look like somebody took like a 1-inch stick and just like sticked it into the dirt periodically.
Hey, it looks like some sort of like peg-legged pirate was here. You see these
That's
like
exactly it. Peg
see
leg
these
pirate.
dents here, but like both the legs are peg legs because you see
You know,
like
you actually think with the 24 more than 2 legs, maybe
4.
maybe 8?
Okay, so someone was like stabbed and dragged off by like a table,
Yes,
like right here.
exactly.
Knowledge, nature. Could this be a giant insect?
Sure.
Ooh.
What's Mhurren's
11.
knowledge nature?
Probably terrible because it's not very smart.
Super.
It's -4. Okay.
Damn min-maxing.
What did you get, Nikolai?
Does someone want to help me with this?
For investigation?
I'll help you out.
Or nature.
Knowledge, nature.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, Finnea.
All right. With assistance, that is a 23.
And what are you wanting to know?
What
Could it be like
sort
an
of thing would have
insectoid?
made these tracks? I'm
Mm.
thinking some kind of giant insect.
Nothing natural should be able to do that, but go ahead and give me Arcana with advantage.
12.
Yeah, nothing in nature that you can think of would make tracks like this and be big enough. You imagine it could be some kind of awakened creature or monster, but you're not sure. Or in your case, some kind of, alien spidery creature construct.
Mm-hmm.
Do these look like? I mean, the dents. I mean, if something was striding, you would see like a curve to them, right? But if someone's poking a stick straight down, they'd be
Yep.
flat bottomed. Which
Yep.
one of those is it?
Yeah, it looks like it's straight down.
Huh.
Can I get a sense for, assuming that this thing is, let's say, a giant arachnid of some sort, how big would it be in order to make tracks like this?
That deep?
Probably like
Or
a
that far
terrier.
apart.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
But a strong terrier if it dragged somebody.
Yes.
And heavy if it's leaving indentations this deep in hard-packed soil.
It wasn't that deep, and it's not in hardback soil. And Mike did an amazing roll.
Okay,
He's
fair enough.
finding extremely subtle changes in the dirt here that most people would not spot.
So does anyone know anything, I'm talking to the group now, about this druid, Misty, specifically whether she has any companions that accompany her?
Anybody can roll a history check.
I am proficient in history if anyone wants to assist me.
Who's assisting Finnea?
I'm going to go on my own. I've got a decent history.
Okay.
Same diff.
I should have assisted.
Ah!
17.
Nice.
Nice. No, so Finnea, you've heard of Misty, and all that you know is that she is a protector of the wildlands. She hangs out in the mountains. She, makes sure that people don't fuck around with the wilderness and tries to do good. As far as you know, she's one of the good guys.
Okay.
If people do try to, how did you put it, fuck around in the wilderness, what does Misty do to them?
Misty, she doesn't hurt people. She just misdirects them and
Removes them from the situation.
And, or casts sleep on them, and
Poisons them with her giant scorpion companion and drags them into the wilderness to die.
That
works
does
more by
not
misdirection
seem
than force.
consistent. Yeah, that doesn't seem consistent.
But
Here's the real question.
Yeah.
Is anything we're speculating right now going to change our course of action?
No, let's follow the tracks.
But
You're right.
It would help a little bit to know what we're up against.
Oh, you're getting quiet.
Does it
again.
though? Does it though, Mike? Ever? Really?
At least I can mentally prepare for it. But I mean, does it look like insect tracks writ large? That's a really particular pattern too.
Yeah, no, it's not very clear to you what could have done this.
But I mean, really, even if you're an expert tracker, what do insect tracks writ large?
Right.
Well, if you imagine even
Tiny
scorpion
ones.
tracks on
Yeah.
sand, then if you kind of blew it up you know, like.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess my point is, I don't think anyone really knows what insect tracks typically look like unless they're really, really specialized.
Okay.
Only one way to find out.
Some of us have proficiency in survival, though.
Yeah, Mike. I mean, you with your role and your proficiency, it's something unusual. It's clearly not a mammal.
I'm still I'm sticking with table.
It's clearly not a reptile. Could be an animated table. Could be a giant scorpion or other arachnid. Could be a giant ant. You know. But it definitely like the indentations are not what you would associate with a mammal or a reptile anyways. Could be a bird, actually.
Ooh.
Bird.
Mike, could you tell how long ago it happened from like the tackiness of the blood and whatever?
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, it was yesterday afternoon.
Okay, so a terrier-sized table or insect dragged you away yesterday. What are the chances of us saving this person?
It really depends on the type of table.
Well,
I mean, is this like IKEA or Ethan Allen?
I mean, I don't want to be an asshole, but we're here for a reason.
It's not like so much blood. Like if it was like blood like painted all over the place, I'd be like, yeah, they're pretty screwed, man.
Well, I don't know. I kind of think any blood you can notice is so much blood.
Too much blood.
We also got to find the druid and
and
fix the yuppie kids.
But the druid is at the end of the blood trail. So if the druid's not at the end of the blood trail, she's waiting somewhere on the mountain, and we can find her in a few hours. If the druid is injured, which is a non-zero chance in my professional mathematician opinion, then we should maybe move on this. There's still a chance we can stay.
All right, fine.
Yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable, man.
I want to know what makes tracks like those.
I definitely do not.
Yeah, I'm not
makes tracks like this.
It's gonna be ugly.
Okay, so you guys head off road, following the tracks, following Mike. Yeah, Mike, you're able to follow them without too much difficulty now that you especially know what you're looking for. Everybody give me a perception check. Ben, roll for Mhurren. His perception is -3.
10.
Perception's -3?
Mhurren has a 2. And Owen has a 6.
Mike has a 9.
You've disabled screen sharing, or I was going to share the picture of the Hisser King.
Oh.
I know what we're fighting.
That was as soon as you said it was little points in the ground. I was like, oh, okay, more spiders.
Okay. Nikolai, would you say 20?
20.
Okay. Okay, you are going to get to act on the same surprise round.
Oh, good news.
Good news, everyone.
Hey!
I always love to hear surprise round.
It's a good thing I brought this 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke with
Zero.
me. It's a serious stunning weapon.
So you guys follow the like trail of blood and weird prints, and you're kind of going down. You're passing by a large boulder. You're all just kind of checking things out. Nikolai, you hear like a little scraping sound, and you look up and see this dark-bodied, black, all these legs sprouting from it, drop down off the boulder. And everybody roll initiative for me, please.
Wait, so is it a table or a...
It is not a table.
Damn.
Put the initiative in the chat for me if you would.
It's not a table.
It's not a table.
Whoa, that is incorrect. Mistyped.
I was gonna say what?
Holy shit!
That's more like it. All right, what's
Okay, Nikolai, you and the giant spider act on the same surprise round, and then everybody else will cycle in. And you act before it. So you see this thing plummeting down on you. Yeah, it's about the size of a terrier. and it is 100% black-bodied, grossly massive spider.
How
Good job,
big?
everybody.
Disgusting.
Say again?
How big?
Disgusting?
Yeah. No, Ken?
No.
How big?
Yeah, terrier.
Terrier.
Okay.
Norwich Terrier.
How close is everyone else to me?
You guys are basically in a line following Mike, so everybody's 4 or 5 feet apart.
Am I at the? I wouldn't be at the front. Hang on. Can I, before casting a spell, can I make a nature check to determine whether a spell would work against vermin?
Sure.
All right.
You're kind of asking a what is it kind of question, right?
Yeah.
Well, specifically, I want to know if color spray or sleep would affect vermin. And I have no idea. So I'm going to go ahead and color spray it. Can I do that without hitting any party members?
You can, because you're acting. Basically, it's falling through the sky, and you're going to hit it with the color spray before it falls onto. It looks like it's headed to jump on a Finnea.
All right.
Just angle it upwards.
That will blind 41 hit points.
And does it get a saving throw at all?
Great question. No.
Okay. Okay, you. What does this look like, Nikolai?
I rapidly trace out mathematical equations in the air, pull out my little prism, and direct those equations into the prism, which splits it into colors that none of the rest of you, if you were looking, which hopefully you're not, have ever seen before, which flash out and up, bathing the thing in this horrific, unearthly, colored splash of light.
And what's the duration on that?
1 round. That would be why it doesn't have a saving throw.
That makes sense. Okay, great. Okay, so the thing falls through your color spray, tries to land on Finnea, is clearly a little bit disoriented. Oh, unless I roll another 20, it probably spoiled my nat 20, which it did. So it still hit Finnea for 4 points of damage.
Ooh.
But hey, saved that nat 20. Good job, Nikolai.
So is it actually blinded?
Yeah, it was blinded.
Oh,
It'll recover on its turn.
right.
Yep. Yeah, so it rolled with disadvantage. So my first roll was a 20, but that did not take because disadvantage. Okay, that was the surprise round. Back to the top of the initiative order, Owen.
All right. So it is blinded, yes?
Yes.
All right. And am I close enough to it to stab it?
You can easily close to melee to stab it, and
okay,
you'll be attacking with advantage, and so you get your sneak attack.
Sneak attack, yes, sneak attack with the dagger. All right. All right. Let's 17.
That hits.
Super. All right. So. So the 1d4 is a 4, and then the extra 1d6. 8 points of damage.
Holy crap. Okay, you kind of maneuver around the thing, stab it in a little vulnerable spot, and little ichor squirts out the side of the thing.
Ew, it's on me. Ew.
Nikolai.
All right, I am going to conjure forth a small distortion in space-time that opens a portal to the elemental plane of acid. Dexterity saving throw.
Makes it.
Which I think
it's no damage then.
Finnea.
Finnea falls to one knee and looks pretty devastated by the spider's attack, but she scurries backwards and kind of laughs at the spider and is like, "It's the size of a terrier. How did it drag anything?" Vicious Mockery.
Vicious Mockery.
It
Awesome.
needs to succeed a saving throw, wisdom saving throw, or take 1d4 psychic damage, and have disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Okay, roll your damage. It fails.
1, and do I add in my spell casting ability modifier?
I don't remember what whatever the spell says.
Okay, then 1 damage.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to say, finish him off, Mike. Bardic Inspiration.
Nice.
Within the next 10 minutes, you can add a d6 to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. No.
Awesome. Mhurren.
All right. Okay, shotgun.
Okay. He's got a +3 to hit.
Okay. 17.
That definitely hits.
What's the damage on shotgun?
Damage on this is 2d8 piercing.
Okay. 7.
All right. Okay, so Mhurren whips a shotgun off his shoulder, takes an aim, hits the thing, blasts a few of its legs off, pieces of carapace go flying, and the shot, the reverb ricochets around the mountain. Not super unusual to just hear firearms being discharged in city limits, but everyone knows where you are right now. Okay, so it has disadvantage on its next attack for Finnea's Vicious Mockery.
Yes.
Okay, it turns towards Mhurren, who hurt it the most, and attacks him, and misses.
As I say, with disadvantage.
Yep. Mike.
Mike is very amused at this point. He's like, I've never actually wrestled one of these before. So Mike's gonna lay his giant, clawed hands on the thing and try to get as many of those legs locked up as possible.
Okay, so you're gonna grapple it?
Yep.
Okay.
So this is a strength check. I'm guessing. Let's see. It is. Let's see if they have the blinded condition. I should have.
Its blindness is resolved by now.
Wait.
It had its turn.
Oh. Okay. Don't matter then. Well, we'll just attack it, and we'll probably use Finnea's Bardic Inspiration, which is a D4.
D6.
D6. Excellent. Oh, very nice. So that 24 on that
Nice.
athletics check.
Definitely
against
hits.
So it is.
Hang on. So that was athletics. Oh, it got a crit fail.
Okay, so it is definitely locked up then.
Okay, so it's pinned. So basically, its movement is 0 at this point.
Yes.
Right. It's grappled.
Yes.
Okay, but it can still attack
I believe.
With disadvantage.
Yes.
because it's not incapacitated.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the top. Owen.
All right. So since it is grappled and Mike is within 5 feet, can I take another sneak attack?
Absolutely. Sneak attack it away.
Sneak attack away. All right. It's going to be 10.
Not enough.
All right.
Nope. Just blinks off its carapace. Nikolai.
All right, I trace out some symbols in the air that will short circuit consciousness. That will affect 26 hit points of creatures, starting with the lowest number of current hit points. So either Mike or the spider.
What's the area of effect?
I think it's a 15-foot cube. Hang on, let me double check. 20 feet of a point that I choose within range. So I'm trying to get just Mike and the spider.
Okay, Finnea is also fairly close to that, so go ahead and give me an Arcana check to try to shape it so she's not in the area of effect.
9.
Okay, nope. So Finnea goes to sleep. How many hit points was it?
26.
The spider goes to sleep and Mike goes to sleep.
Yep.
Perfect.
All right, you cast it out over the desert area, and all these people just pass right out.
All right. I'm going to indicate to everyone else we need to halt combat. I don't think that the druid is necessarily going to be thrilled if we're murdering wildlife, even if it did attack us first.
Mhurren.
That's some bullshit. I've got my boomstick.
Also, it's currently too close to Mike. Mhurren, disengage, please.
Fine. This is some bullshit.
You've got a steel baton.
Steel baton! I'll hit it with the steel baton. Wait, no, I'm supposed to disengage combat.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
All right. What's his?
-3.
6.
Okay, nope. 100% hitting it with the steel baton.
All right.
You've got a +6 to hit with the steel baton.
As he goes to do that, I am going to tell him, I will throw you under the bus with the druid. I will tell her it is all you.
I rolled an 11.
Yeah, not enough.
Okay.
Although, no, it's asleep, so it's basically prone, so roll with advantage.
All right. Yeah, that's still going to be 11.
Okay, Jesus Christ. All right, obviously rattled by what Nikolai is. He's like trying to hit the thing, but Nikolai is threatening him. He's like, explore what I should do. How long does that sleep last, Nikolai?
Pretty lengthy amount of time, I believe. 1 minute.
Okay.
Or until they take damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap them awake. I tell Mhurren to shake Mike awake, and I will shake Finnea awake.
Okay, that's gonna be an interaction. So Mhurren did his attack. Spider's asleep. Mike's asleep. Back to the top. Owen.
Shake Mike.
All right, Mike is awake.
Oh, what happened, man?
Nikolai.
I shake Finnea awake.
All right, Finnea's awake. Finnea.
I look around. Where's the spider? It's
It's
asleep.
like right next to you.
Shaking Mike while he's grappled with a spider. That isn't going to wake up the spider, is it?
The grapple ended when he fell asleep.
Okay, fair enough. Good.
And we were definitely asleep by the time you told us to stop attacking.
Uh-huh.
I am going to continue to say, stop attacking as I wake you up.
Stop
Was I
attacking.
I felt
Anybody
like
got
I
like a
was
big
asleep.
cup we can put over this thing?
That would be like a bucket.
Normally, I'd say we should tie it up, but that's going to be a really big problem here.
Finnea once again scrambles away from the spider. She is notably limping.
Mhurren.
I can't-
So it seems like the spider threat has ended, so Mhurren can disengage if he wants.
Fine. I'm going to keep my baton out.
Yep. Okay, so we'll cycle out of initiative. So you guys have an asleep giant spider on the desert floor here. That's fairly heavily wounded.
Is there, are we high enough up that we could toss it off a cliff?
Oh, absolutely. No problem.
Yeah, okay. I will gently pick it up. I've touched worse things in my medical career.
Yes. Yes, you have.
And I will,
This is
I'm
clearly,
not like,
Nikolai, this is clearly something from beyond the realms of this world.
I knew that.
Maybe it came here in a asteroid, some semblance of life that mutated life forms, native life forms or something.
Does it, other than its size, look like a normal spider?
It does look like a normal spider besides its size, yeah.
Probably some kind of alien experiment then. Still, I don't want to offend the druid. I'm going to gently tumble it down the side of the cliff.
Okay, great. Yeah, you find a steepish cliff, tumble it down, and you see it roll and hit a rock, and its carapace splits open, and the legs twitch briefly and then stop.
Not what I was really trying to do, but okay.
All right.
I'd like to investigate and see if we see any hikers or anything like that. I being Owen.
Yeah, you guys are still like pretty much the only people out here. Mhurren, he fired his shotgun, but again, it's firearms in Phoenix, so You know, if there are other people out here, they heard that shot, but you don't see anyone anywhere nearby.
Let's see if we can find whatever it dragged off the trail, guys.
So cruising around, you actually think that this is not whatever was creating the drag marks, because the drag marks continue on past this point.
It was just the buddy of whatever was creating the drag marks.
Or a scout.
Great. All right, let's continue following the trail.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Okay,
All
you guys continue following the trail. You go another maybe 5 minutes or so, and stepping around from around a boulder. Sorry, I think I actually have a picture of her. Is I don't know, a woman in her late 30s or so. Just kind of stands there with her hands on her hips, not dressed like this, but very much this hairstyle and attitude. Just kind of looking at you and being like, "Mm-hmm. What the hell are you doing?"
I'm sorry, did we just kill your spider?
No, I'm trying to take care of the spiders. Who are you?
Well, we took care of one of the spiders on your behalf. My name is Nikolai Friend. We're part of Pi Squared. Are you Misty?
Oh, I've heard of you. I knew you. Yeah, I've worked with you all before. Yeah, I'm Misty. Well, nice to meet you.
Wish it could have been under better circumstances. I glance her over. Is she injured at all?
She is not.
Okay. It looked like there was something that happened on the trail. That's why we came this way. It looked like something was injured and dragged off the trail.
Yeah, some nest of giant spiders has gotten out of hand. Usually there's just a few of them and they just grab rabbits and whatnot, but they've gotten more bold in the past few months and starting grabbing hikers.
That's not an okay thing.
Yeah, it's a little alarming. There's a nest of them in a cave about a half mile out. I was trying to sort out. You folks fancy helping?
Of course.
Of course. We'll be more than happy to. We're actually seeking your help in an unrelated matter.
Oh, well, what can I help? You help me and I'll help you. What you got?
I'm going to go ahead and explain the situation with Oliver and Reese and let her know that we need some sort of relatively powerful magic to break the charm effect on them.
Yeah, I can do some dispel for sure. Why don't we see if we can sort out these spiders, and then I'll, if you got your people, I can disenchant them.
We'll need to seek them out. They're wandering the streets of Phoenix.
All right, well, I'm up in the mountains, so you can just bring them to me.
All right. All right. I request that we take a brief break while I recover some of my intellectual aptitude.
Yeah.
Nia attempts to hide her relief at the suggestion of a short rest.
Okay.
And she says, if you require it, Dr. Nikolai.
All right, you want to roll your 1d8?
Okay. Do I add anything in con modifier?
Oh, you got
LOL.
0 cons, so no.
Yeah. Don't reveal all my secrets. 8.
Holy crap.
That was exciting.
You're healed up. Okay, and then Nikolai, you get 1 spell slot back. As you guys are sitting there chatting with Misty, she basically gives you the story. Well, she tells you a few things. She tells you, you know, she kind of wanders around, takes care of, you know, the wildlife, makes sure people aren't getting up to any shenanigans. She explains that, yeah, a couple of weeks ago, these spiders started nabbing hikers, and she just found out about it a few days ago. So she's been scoping them out. They're in a cave that's just a little bit further away. And her plan is for you all to lure them out. So like go into the cave, make a ruckus, run out. And she's identified like a pretty narrow, like a 5-foot wide slot, kind of not a slot canyon, but like a groove in the earth to run down and then scale up at the end of, and then she'll deal with them once they're in that little groove in the earth.
How many spiders do we expect?
She's not sure more than 10 and less than 50.
And so can we chat with her about spider biology and et cetera, and get kind of an idea of how powerful these things are in terms of hit dice hit points?
Yeah, so based on the one that you guys encountered, they're reasonably tough. They're moderately difficult to hit, so AC 14, 15, depending on the size, and hit points between 20 and 25. Her vision is that you're not going to have to fight any of them. You just lure them out, and then she'll deal with them once they're in the slot. She also explains that this is very unusual. Like her experience is that, again, the nests are usually like one or two of these size spiders, and so the fact that this nest has grown to this size is not right.
What could have caused that?
She doesn't really know. She's like, yeah, it's just weird.
Is there any chance that they're being controlled by something else, or that we're going to go into this cave and there's some giant spider brood mother there?
100% possible.
How do spiders feel about fire?
Yeah, they're not big fans. But hopefully once we lure them out, that'll be the end of them.
Do you think that igniting a small fire in their cave would flush them out?
It would be okay, but probably not as good as giving them live bait. So you guys finished your short rest, finished talking to Misty. She leads you further along, and you see the lay of the land. So there's this kind of dell at the northeast corner. There's like a crack in the mountain, and there's a dark cave entrance there. To your left, to the west, the land kind of turns into this gully. Like there's an erosion basically that's created this gully that's pretty narrow, that has about 10, 15 foot high walls on either side. And exploring that, you see at the end of it, there's so the sides are pretty sheer. The end of it is like a steep slope up. And what Misty is proposing is you go in the cave, get the spiders to pay attention to you, run down the gully, scamper up the other end.
Yeah, man, like what could go wrong?
Exactly.
Do we want to pick a few of us that are especially good at scrambling?
Yeah, who's fast? Do we have like a monk, maybe?
What?
Misty says that the more of you there are, the more of them will come out. And so the best bet is to grab them all at one time.
I would like to make an insight check, because this is sounding more and more like Misty is deliberately trying to send us to our deaths. Like, no.
I agree.
We all need to go into the cave in order to lure the spiders out. It's the
you
only
mean
way.
Supplicate the brood mother with more fresh meat?
All right. Give me
I also will make an insight check.
18.
No, I won't make an insight check.
Yeah, I mean, so she is being very evasive about what she's going to do to the spiders once they get into that gully, but she seems fairly confident that what she has planned will work.
All right. Yeah, let's go down that path a little bit. What are you going to do once they're in the gully? Do we need to make sure that we're not in the gully?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What
Erik,
is it going to
level-
require to get out of the gully? What does it look like?
It's going to be an athletics check, DC 12.
I am not going in the fucking gully.
Hey, I don't know a whole lot about like ambushes and stuff, but like, what if we get in there and something goes wrong? Are you gonna come in and save us?
What could go wrong? You just run. You go in the cave, you wave your hands about, say, hey, eat me, and then you run down the gully and crawl out.
What if something goes wrong? Like the floor is made of like tar or something.
Or lava.
Or we go in and like, we're mesmerized. Like, are you gonna come in and save us?
I will definitely come in and assist at that point.
I'm not talking about you, Dr. Nikolai. I mean, I'm just asking her.
Yeah, I mean, we're all in this together.
Uh-huh. How does that make me feel?
Tell us about your feelings, Mike.
How
It
does
makes
that
you
make
feel
me...
the way you're feeling right now.
And those feelings are valid. Those are genuine, valid feelings.
And Mhurren's like, are we really talking about feelings right now?
Mhurren, I feel
I
like
can
you
make
should be
some
one of the
noise.
ones that lures out the spiders.
Hell yeah, I can make a big noise.
I look
This-
down into the gully, look at the cave, look at Misty, look at my friends. You're muted, Andrew. And I'm like, I don't think that I am fast enough or agile enough to escape a nest of swarming spiders before you rain down fire from your orbital satellite or whatever it is that you're planning on doing.
Also, what if we get stuck in their web or something? Like spiders have
Well,
webs, right?
Yeah, I've been in their cave. As long as you don't touch anything, you just go in and shout at them and throw some rocks. It should be fine.
But like we're kind of like this is like the Scooby-Doo bunch here. Like we're gonna touch something.
Well,
Also,
just don't. You're the ones who are all worried. I'm fine. This is a great plan. Just do what I tell you, and it'll be okay.
Mike kind of gives Nikolai a look.
I will be ready to rain down fire and colors from beyond the rim of the universe. Just get out of the cave fast. Misty, something bigger than the spider that we fought on the trail dragged something off the trail.
Yeah, I think that was one of the others. You'll see when you get in there. There's a bunch of sacks hanging. They just keep feeding off them. I think most of them are still alive.
One of the others.
Well, one of the spiders.
Come again? Like you're saying it's dragging off one of the spiders, or it's dragging off...
No. They go and attack hikers.
Right. Okay.
They paralyze them. They drag them in the cave. They bind them up in webs. They hang them up, and then they use them as bags.
So you're saying that the cave is full of bound up like hikers that have been kidnapped for...
Yeah, there's at least a dozen last time I looked in there.
Misty, the spider that we saw was maybe like this big? Maybe this big? How big are some of the other spiders?
Well, I haven't gotten too close to them all, you see.
Them being big creepy
What
spiders.
was your plan before you met us?
Well, I was just hoping that they would come out in force and that I could deal with them then.
Great
So,
plan.
I am totally on board with this plan. I go and stand next to Misty. I'll provide magical backup. Sorry, hyper-geometrical backup. You guys just be fast and agile. Seriously, there's no way I'm getting out of the fucking gully. My athletics is -2.
Mhurren is holding his shotgun,
LOL.
starting to look a little like Elmer Fudd with the dolphin smoothness. So he is ready to go.
I can heal you from above the gully if you can't get hurt, but I cannot if I'm down in there with you.
And
We all
Owen's
have
going.
great reasons to not be in the gully. Like, no, this is a great idea. You all go.
I brought the work. I've got the work laptops with me. We can't risk company gear.
You could set those down.
No, man. This is.
I mean,
company
if you
property. It's all
want,
signed out in my name.
if you want, like I get you guys don't want to run through the gully. I don't know why. I keep telling you I'm going to take care of them. If you want, we can go in there and just try blasting them and go toe to toe. That is not a good idea. I can do a lot more damage out here in the open than in a cave. But you all seem like experienced investigators, so I'll defer to you.
I knew I should have brought my moped.
So while I was out, what exactly are we trading for this particular service?
We're getting to dispel magic.
Yeah, her fixing Oliver and Reese.
Oh, okay.
Well, Mike and Owen and
That's how I feel about it, Andrew.
Mhurren, I can tell that you are game for this. Mike and Owen, are you game to go through the gully? And Dr. Nikolai and I can support you from above.
Owen has excellent dexterity and is ready to clamber up the thing. We probably better go now, though.
Well, all right, so if only 3 of you are going to go, I'm just not sure that they're all going to come out. So either I can go with you and run through the gully. I'm not sure I'll be able to do what I need to do to destroy them if I'm there, or we try lure them out. I do as many as come out, and then we just need to go in and go toe to toe with the rest.
Seems like getting some of them is better than none of them.
But I'm going to need help getting out of the gully.
That's fair.
All right.
Been sending the 60-year-old.
Listen,
Yeah,
you're first level like the rest of us. Damn it. You're first level like the rest of us.
Let's go.
Okay, so Finnea, you're still going to stay in support?
Finnea looks undecidedly at her compatriots and tries to feel out how they would feel about her not going in the gully.
Well, Finnea's doing that. I am going to scope out the gully and see if there is a route that I could take that would allow me to use acrobatics instead of athletics to get loose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give
that.
me an insight, Nikolai.
Wait, hang on. You both have acrobatics?
No, but my
No.
strength score is 6. Insight is 11.
Okay, not great.
You know what? I'll bring this up to the druid. I'm like, I don't know if I can climb that wall. Can you point out a path that lends itself more to physical dexterity than just the ability to pull myself up by my fingertips?
Well, I don't know if any of y'all have any ability to make climbing easier.
Mike will pull out the length of Mike will pull out a length of rope and start to look.
And I have a piton and all kinds of weird stuff with my thieves' tools.
We could build a little climbing thing for you to climb up.
That still is athletic.
Is it? God damn it.
Well, yeah, so you guys could rig up a rope at the end of the gully, and that'll give advantage on that athletics check to climb out.
Yep.
That's perfect. As long as I don't just have to roll athletics at -2 once with a, what did you say, DC 12?
Yeah, DC 12 to climb out.
I'm having flashbacks to Troy trying to climb.
How do you feel about that, Finnea?
Here we go, I guess.
Don't worry, we won't leave you behind.
Does Owen look like he wants Finnea to die?
No, this is Mhurren with his shotgun. He is chomping at the bit and ready to go.
The big
All
book
right,
of bad ideas.
So yeah, I mean, so Mhurren, you've got shotgun and rifle, both of which are technically two-handed weapons, but you could wield one-handed and just go to town when you get to the cave to get them all worked up to chase after you.
Now, if he's carrying that many firearms with him, is he carrying like a flashbang or some kind of hand grenade?
He doesn't actually have any grenades or flashbangs. Yeah, just raw firepower.
Missed opportunity. All right,
Missed
happily
opportunity.
go all Rambo in the cave.
All right. Okay, so Mhurren's gonna lead the way, and then presumably Finnea and Nikolai are gonna bring up the rear so that when everybody turns, they're gonna have a little bit more of an advantage to get to run.
That sounds reasonable.
Okay, you guys head down into the dell and then approach the crack. It's about 10 feet high. It just kind of slopes up to a point. Through you can see actually pretty well given the daytime. Well, it's morning still, so given the light conditions, you can see probably 20 feet in. It looks like there's a cave with a smooth sandy floor. Mhurren disappears into the cave. You all follow behind. As the group enters the cave, it opens up into a reasonably tall chamber, maybe 20-30 feet. There's webs all around the interior. The walls, the ceiling is mostly dome shaped. You see just slowly spinning probably 12 to 15 human-sized cocoons, and many of these terrier-sized spiders crawling around. And as you enter, they all orient on you and slowly start to like stealthily approach, but you guys are absolutely wise to them.
Say hello to my little friend.
All right. Mhurren in this enclosed space, so everybody is temporarily deafened, lets loose with all of the firepower that he has. Bullets ricochet off the walls, spiders drop down on the floor, and they all start chasing after you.
I'm out of here.
Yep.
You all turn and bolt.
As we turn, I'm going to turn towards Nikolai, Dr. Nikolai, and say, "You face tougher than this. You're going to make it out alive." Bardic inspiration.
Nice.
You know
Okay.
what? You're right, I have.
What? What?
So,
What?
so running to the gully. Everybody, give me an athletics check, please.
6.
8.
I can't assist someone on this, can I?
Nope.
All right, I have a 12.
What
Okay.
if he grabbed one of our arms and dragged us a little bit?
Mike, however, is going to bring up the rear.
Okay. 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 So Owen, Mhurren, you guys make it. Mike. So Finnea and Nikolai, you guys, you're going along. It's fine, but you are kind of like slowing down. Mike, if you want to stay at the rear, you also slow down with them. So Mhurren and Owen get to the rope and scamper up. The other three of you, the spiders are like right on your heels.
I say, go. I have something. Don't be within 13 and a half feet of me. Go.
All right, so Mhurren and Owen, roll your athletics with advantage to scamper up the rope. All right, Owen and Mhurren make it up, no problem. Nikolai, Finnea, you guys get there next. Go ahead and roll your athletics with advantage.
I'm actually ushering these two on past me.
Oh, okay. Mike, are you going to go past him? You said you were bringing up the rear.
Mike heard his words and will go past them, but he will move 14 feet
Okay.
or basically to the bottom of the rope and wait there. Whichever, he will be at least 14 feet, and if that is the bottom of the rope, he'll keep moving. But
Okay, yeah, it is the bottom of the rope. Okay, Finnea, that's with advantage. Oh man,
That's with advantage.
that's
So you guys see Finnea attempt this rope, and even though she's relatively young and fit looking, and she doesn't look super out of breath from the run, she's trembling. Like every muscle in her body is trembling. It just doesn't it doesn't even look right. She's having so much trouble with this.
all right. Mike, athletics.
Mike's not climbing. He'll help Finnea.
Okay.
with
All
his
right.
action.
So Owen and Mhurren are out. Finnea, you're scrambling up. Mike, you're there like desperately you're trying to help but not sure what to do. Nikolai, you've stopped. And there's a spider like right there, and there's like 20 more right behind him.
Yep. Okay, I begin speaking extraterrestrial physics equations that, when spoken aloud, logarithmically increase in amplitude. I've never done this before. It killed 2 of my coworkers in Roswell. We'll see how it goes. Thunderwave.
Ooh.
They need to make a DC 14 Constitution save.
Okay. What happens?
10 points of damage to all of them, irrespective of con save. Any of them that failed the con save get blown back 10 feet.
Nice. Okay. Great. So so you throw your thunder wave out. The one that's closest to you takes damage but isn't thrown back. The one right behind that is thrown back and kind of batters into the others and slows them down. So there's one that's bearing down on you.
And then I run.
Yeah. You all hear Misty chanting loudly, and you start to feel the walls of the gully shake and rumble. Okay, so Owen and Mhurren, you guys are out. Are you going to do anything in particular while you're out?
Mhurren has his rifle.
Yep.
And so he's going to draw a bead on the
The one that's
on
right
the
near
spider.
Nikolai?
Yeah, right near Nikolai. And
Nice. Roll to hit.
all right,
plus 3.
18.
That hits. 2d10.
$19.
And if one of those is a 10, roll the 10 again.
Two.
Okay, so 21 total. All right, you draw a bead on the one right by Nikolai. Nikolai, you hear zoom, like a bead just buzz right past your ear, and the spider that you were facing and about to turn away from just explodes in a volley of ichor that coats the whole gully. That buys you some time. Owen, you gonna do anything?
Is there anything I can do to help with the rope?
What you could do is if Finnea like holds onto the rope, you could actually pull her up.
Okay, she's probably twice my size, but I'll try that.
If she's not able to scramble up on her own. Okay, Finnea,
Okay.
give me another athletics with advantage.
9.
9. Okay. So Finnea's trying to get up, is struggling. So Owen, you can haul her up. Give me a straight athletics.
18.
Okay. So Finnea, you're grabbing on, you're like trying to get up, and you're just not. And suddenly the rope starts rising as you're like holding on to it, and you're able to scramble up. Now Mike and Nikolai, more Nikolai than Mike. This presents a problem for you. So Mike, you're at the base here. There's no rope. You could scramble up if you want.
How short of a rope is this?
I mean, it's like a 20-foot gully, so Owen's like pulling Finnea up.
No, I thought we had standard 50-foot ropes. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because there should be some rope
Like-
left within his reach.
Yeah, but the minute that Mike grabs hold, Owen's not going to be able to continue pulling up.
Oh, that's true.
You
Well,
yank me down into spiders.
enjoy the ride. I mean, but
So
Mike
you
will
can
wait.
you can clamber up without the rope, Mike.
Oh, I know that, but Mike's gonna wait for Nikolai to get here so he can help him.
Okay.
That's gonna be his held
Got it.
action, basically.
Okay, Nikolai. So the spider does not jump on you only because Mhurren iced this thing. You make it to the base of the cliff. There's still a horde of spiders that are right behind you. You can try to climb up here. It looks like Mike is going to give you a boost.
Go, go, go! Climb!
All right, Mike, you're taking your action to help. So Nikolai, roll your athletics with advantage.
And don't forget your bardic inspiration.
Woohoo!
Ooh.
Yes, with my bardic inspiration, that becomes a 21. Can I help
Ooh.
Mike
Ooh.
up?
Now you have to use your action
That'd
to
be
do that.
awesome.
You have to use your action to do that, unfortunately.
Okay, so Nikolai, you scramble up. You pass Finnea on your way up. Finnea, you're just kind of holding on as Owen's dragging you. Mike, you are down at the bottom. You just look over your shoulder and you see this horde of spiders running towards you. You see the gully start to collapse in that is going to crush all of the spiders and possibly you if you don't get out of here right quick. So first of all, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Huh. Okay. Let's see here. That is not my apex skill. That would be
Oh, before you announce the results of that, since we don't have initiative, but it is a bonus action, can I bardic inspiration him?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Finnea looks down from her rope and at Mike being about to be swarmed by these spiders and is like,
and crushed. Don't forget crushed.
Don't forget crushed. Yeah, crushed is very important.
come on, Mike, you're gonna hop right up out of this gully.
8. Okay, yeah, that is not enough. So so the first few rocks start tumbling down, Mike, and clip you on the shoulder. You take 6 points of damage. You are still up, and you can actually go ahead and give me initiative. See if you or that first spider acts first.
Not my strong suit either.
Hero roll. Oh,
All right, the first spider gets to you and tries to latch onto your leg, and your armor class is really good, and it just is
Turtle.
trying to nibble on your scales and is not successful. So, Mike, your turn.
You know, I am a burrowing people, but this seems like a bad situation. Mike will attempt to scramble out. He'd be like, ah! Will, I mean, like, you see the claws come out. He's really, you know, digging and you know.
Awesome.
Is he a turtle or a tortoise?
The species name is Tortle, so that never really makes it super clear. He does have an 18 though. He's like, ah! as he's being nipped at by terrible, like, dog size and larger spiders, which is, you know, a little kind of horrible.
So you got an 18 for your climb?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, you leave its area, provoking an attack of opportunity, and it hits.
Oh, that might take me.
For five points of damage. So Mike is scrambling up. As he does so, he makes it halfway. The spider kind of jumps up and rakes down his leg, and Mike falls unconscious. The whole gully is collapsing in. The spider that that attacked Mike gets hit by a errant rock and is crushed, and Mike is about to fall and get buried along with this avalanche. Owen and Mhurren, you have an opportunity to act.
all right. Can Mhurren reach him?
You cannot reach him. Well, Murren's a normal size. Yeah, Mhurren could like one hand dangle and reach down to grab Mike to lift him out. It'll be a little bit risky for himself.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so Mhurren, that's going to be an athletics check.
All right. That is 18.
Nice. And he also has proficiency with athletics, so he has a +6.
Oh, okay, 20. 20
Okay.
then.
All right, so Mhurren drops his rifle, scrambles down, digs his hand into a boulder and reaches down and grabs the edge of Mike's shell and lifts him up as the rocks tumble down and crush the horde of spiders. Mike gets hauled up to the edge of the gully, and you all are safe.
Memo to self. Next time, ask what the fucking druid is going to do.
Mike, give me your first death save.
I'm going to immediately begin treating him.
Okay, go ahead and give me medicine.
15.
Okay. Okay. Doesn't matter, Mike. Even if you roll a 1, you're not going to die before Nikolai stabilizes you.
Yay!
Finnea, we're all up on the.
Yep, you're all up at the
mullet
edge of
now.
the gully. Yeah, Misty's walking over towards you.
Okay. Finnea kneels down, kisses poor Mike on the forehead, even though he doesn't like being touched, and
That's what his
says,
shirt says.
"You're going to be okay," and casts Healing Word.
Nice.
3 plus 10. 10 altogether.
Holy crap.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, that pretty much brings him back to max. So
Misty walks over. She's like, well, that wasn't what I thought would happen, but it worked.
Mike will look up from his laying on the ground, kind of. Well, first of all, he's on his back, which, you know, for turtles.
Turtle, yeah, not good.
Not great.
I don't heal him. I just flip him over.
He's like, man, that really sucked, man.
Why didn't the rest of you flip him over? How does that make you feel?
Mike will kind of flail with his legs.
Yeah, you saw a turtle in the desert. It's on its
Yeah.
back. Okay, yeah, Misty comes up to you. She's like, well, good job. I think that got all of them. I'm going to go in there and cut down those hikers.
Cool.
Mike will kind of look over there. You didn't like. Is the mouth of the cave buried? Like, what's even happening?
No, the cave is fine. The gully is completely collapsed. So
Okay.
she cast some kind of earthquake or something to cause it to collapse in and just crush the spiders.
I love it.
And whenever you all got your people, you need me to dispel, just bring them on by.
Bring them by where?
Just right to the trailhead. I'll be around and about.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to come back up this trail again anytime soon. I think I'm gonna have some really bad dreams about this.
Well, and we've got, so Oliver is actually restrained right now. Reese is, if I remember correctly, his mother said she would.
Yeah, you kidnapped Oliver. 100% felony abduction, felony kidnapping. Reese went off and supposedly has the phone that you guys did put a tracking app on. She's probably not going to ditch it, today. So you should be able to pick her up today.
Let's try to pick her up today because we can get Oliver here and we can have them both at once.
Okay.
Sooner
Great.
the better, according to me.
All right.
You guys
Find my iPhone.
You guys head back down the trail, get some reception. Follow the iPhone that Reese got. You find her under one of the overpasses. What are you gonna say to get her into the car? Have you previously tried trundling her into a car? I can't remember if you've tried abducting her.
The parents tried to get her into the car, but she said no.
Okay.
So Mhurren has serious charisma. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have also some serious charisma.
Okay, so Mhurren is going to lay down some serious bullshit and tell her that there is a private concert with Mialassa at the trailhead.
Yep, I will assist.
So probably Finnea is going to be better at that, at persuading. Murren's going to be really good about intimidating her to get in the car.
Do we want to start with good cop and back it up with bad cop if that doesn't work?
We should be fine with just good cop, honestly.
Okay, well, we'll find out because I rolled really badly on my athletics checks.
Yeah.
So do we just
I'm assisting with this bullshit story, so advantage on her persuasion.
So we just sort of roll up on her and we're like driving by in the car. Is that what's happening? And I like lean out the window of my Volkswagen and I'm like, let's go to a concert.
Pretty much.
Okay. Your parents said that they want you to have one last concert with Mialassa, and Mialassa has agreed. We're going to take you there. You can see her again before we take you to your parents.
Okay.
Oh, advantage. 19.
19. Okay. Okay, she kind of claps her hands together and just jumps right into the stranger's car. She's like, let's go!
And do we
Yes,
have Oliver
let's.
also?
You don't have Oliver, but you have Carol's number, so you could call her and have her bring Oliver to the trailhead.
Yeah. Finnea, you know her. If you can give her a call.
Okay. Finnea does not seem daunted by driving and phone calling at the same time, although it does seem to affect her
Bluetooth.
driving skills a little bit. She does not have Bluetooth.
It's 2015, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, wait, where do we have Oliver? Sorry, I wasn't here.
Yeah, Carol has Oliver. You are unclear of how she has restrained Oliver. She has kidnapped him and restrained him in some way.
Okay. Are we calling her to meet us? at the trailhead because they're not all gonna fit in my Volkswagen.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So I call and I say, "Hi, Carol. This is Finnea. That
you hear muffled.
What would you say Oliver's availability is like these days?
that private concert that we told you that Oliver could go to. Can you meet us there right now?
Yeah, I'll be
At
right
the
there.
private
Thank you.
concert.
Yeah.
Okay. It's out in the desert, so you'll need to go to this trailhead.
Okay. Yeah, I've been there.
All right, we'll meet you there, Carol.
Great.
Okay, bye.
Okay. You guys go back to the Piastoa Peak trailhead. You've got Reese in the back. As you pull up, you see a what kind of car do you have again, Finnea?
Volkswagen Rabbit.
Okay, yeah, you see a Prius that Carol.
Oh wait, no, it's not a Volkswagen Rabbit. Sorry, it's a 1986 Honda Civic hatchback.
That's
Oh
right.
my God, 86.
Well, okay, wait, I should age it up. It's a 96 now.
Okay, that seems a little more plausible.
The 80s are still 20 years ago. I'm so sorry.
Right. The 80s will always just be 20 years ago.
The 90s are 10 years ago. The
Yep.
80s are 20 years
Yep,
ago.
that's kind of how my life works too,
Yeah.
actually.
That's all so sad.
It's really sad.
Okay, and so you guys roll up, and Mialassa is sitting at one of the picnic tables there, or not Mialassa, I'm sorry. Misty is sitting at one of the picnic tables there. She kind of looks up, waves at you. Well, come on now, what do you got me to do?
And explain and dispel the two kids.
Okay. Yeah, she dispels the two kids. She says, 11 of those 12 hikers were still alive, so that's pretty good. Thank you for helping.
You're welcome.
So she casts Dispel Magic, and both Oliver and Reese, that kind of weird glint to their eyes fades, and they're both, and Oliver's like, where am I? And sees his mom, sees Carol, she sees him, they hug. He's finally like, oh my God, where have I been? And it's like he's lost all these months. Reese is like, who are you people? What am I doing here? What's going on?
We explain.
Felony kidnapping
Gently.
again. Are you gonna call her parents to meet her here? Or are you
Yes.
gonna try to? Okay. All right. Her parents drive up. They have a tearful reunion. They're all so happy and excited. Mr. Laster walks up to you and he hands you a envelope. Says, "Thank you so much for bringing our Reese back."
Mike will give it the squeeze to make sure that there's either check or cash in here.
Yeah, the squeeze test.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like cash.
Okay. Mike has done the training. He's going to open up the envelope and make sure it's what they agreed to.
Okay. Yeah, it's 2,500 in cash.
He will meticulously write the gentleman a receipt.
Nice. Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Laster.
Please think of us in the future when facing unusual circumstances, and we hand him another brochure that he happens to just have tucked away.
He gives you this look, askance, like, hope we don't need your services kind of thing. And then they drive off in their Audi.
You never know where she's going to end up in again.
Who are you gonna call? All right, and have we gotten any kind of payment from Oliver's mom?
Did she agree to pay us?
No.
Come on, guys.
Didn't Mike send her an invoice? He texted her an invoice,
I
right?
Actually,
thought we signed her up.
Yeah, we signed her up.
It's possible that you did sign her up. By the time you guys have this conversation, she and Oliver are gone.
That's why you get a deposit.
I thought we did get a deposit, actually.
Yeah, I thought we did. I really
Okay,
Yeah.
you did, yeah.
We'll
Okay,
just send
well,
her
then
a
at least
bill.
we have the deposit.
Yeah, we'll just send her a bill.
also, it's been a successful week or so. We
Yeah.
saved 2 kids and 11 hikers. we've learned some terrifying things about Ted's Chinese restaurant.
Mike is gonna.
I'm going to be elbow deep in DJ Brains within another few days.
Mike is very excited about that. Mike will check the news. He's really curious if there's been any reports of hikers disappearing on this trail.
Yeah, give me investigation.
I'll assist.
Thank you. Okay, so that is an 18.
You don't. There's no like 11 hikers found in the desert sort of thing.
No, the other way around. Like 12 hikers missing. Like.
Oh, I see.
Although it'd be nice to keep clippings on our wall.
We can also do that.
So yeah, Mike, that's really interesting. You see like a couple of like missing person sorts of summaries, but you don't see anybody taking interest in these 12 missing hikers. And actually, that's a little bit weird.
That's really weird because one or two people go missing and usually it's a big deal.
Are they world below people?
I was going to say, I'm going to look into it and see if maybe they were awakened.
You can ask Misty, and she says they were just normal people, normal folks.
Okay.
That's weird. That's really weird. A dozen people don't just go missing.
Yeah.
Word.
All right. So what's the next play? You guys are gonna do a alien autopsy?
Alien autopsy.
No, next up is this evening we are going to meet with Mialassa to redirect her
Oh,
to
yes.
Yes, that's
more
right.
mundane locale where she can safely perform.
Okay, great. Yeah, you basically got her on board for that already, so it's just finding a venue, and you guys are able to do that without too much difficulty. Like I said, in I think it was Goodyear,
Good.
that you can find plenty of venues where there's just nothing but norms.
So then I think our next official non-mundane order of business will be my examination of DJ Brains to try to determine if he was deliberately poisoned in order to get him off the club floor that night. I mean, that's a little bit of a long shot, but that gives us a potential lead into another avenue of exploration. And then I think that we return to trying to figure out what is going on with the disappearance of our mentors.
Did we ask Mialassa if she poisoned him?
Yeah.
We can tonight.
That was the link. That was the original link, right?
Yeah, because she would have the most reason to get him out of the way so she could reach all those people.
But that's weird.
Yeah, so you pitched that to me, Mialassa, and she's like, yeah, I needed to find a way to like break out. So I knew he usually got, delivery from Ted's. And so I was just like, Ted, give him bad stuff. And Ted likes me, so he did.
What kind of bad stuff? I'm just going to grill her on specifics to see if I can figure out how you can poison reanimated casualties.
She is clearly oblivious. She just asked this favor of Ted, and Ted took care of it.
Yeah. Great. Doesn't this kind of make the DJ Brains thing kind of... I mean, do we really need to go digging in his brains now?
I think we still should.
Yeah,
Right.
DJ Brains for sure does not show up to your appointment.
Damn it, DJ Brains.
Mike
All
will sit back at the office and send out a bill to Oliver's parents.
Okay, Carol.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Okay, great. You guys successfully finished your first case.
Woo!
Minimum of property damage. And everybody gets to second level.
Woo!
Hey!
Nobody died in a gully.
No one died in the
No
gully.
one died in the gully. In spite of your best
only
efforts, in spite of your best efforts to do so. All right,
No,
great.
this
Thanks for the
was
game,
nice.
you guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Hoff.
you.
Bye.
Bye.